Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over how to win or tie every single game of Tic-Tac-Toe, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you again after the video. Alrighty, here we have our game board for Tic-Tac-Toe. We're going to be playing X's versus O's. We'll just kind of shove these in here to represent our place markers. Games can start two ways. Either the opponent goes first or you go first. In this case, I'm going to be the X's and my opponent will be the O's. Now, we are going to assume that I'm starting first, and so I am X's and I want to go either in the corner or the middle in order to win or tie. If I choose a side, there's still a potential for me to lose. So I don't want to choose the side. So for scenario one, I'll choose the corner. Now, my opponent has three options. My opponent could either choose a side, a corner, or the middle. And that could be any one of those sides or corners. If he chooses a side, I will win. Bosco, you're killing me, man. In order to win in this scenario, I'm going to want to take one of two spots. I can either go in the middle, which will force him to block me here, and then I have the opportunity to go right here, or right here to win the game. Because if I go here, he will be forced to block either here or here, and I can take the win. And if I go here, he will be forced to block either here or here, and I get the win. Now, if we go back to the start there, and I take the corner, I can also win. This will force him to block here, giving me the opportunity to take the center, forcing him or her to have to block either this corner or this corner, giving me the win. If he takes this corner or this corner, I will win. If he takes that corner, then I'm going to want to take the diagonal corner from where I am currently. He will have to block here, giving me the opportunity to place here. And then he will have to choose between blocking this one and blocking this one. And I will win the game. If he chooses the opposite corner, we will do the same thing. I will choose the far corner, he will go center to block me, giving me the opportunity to take the upper corner. And then he will have to block here or here, giving me the win. Now, if he takes the diagonal corner from where you began, if he chooses this corner, you are guaranteed to win as well, but it's a little different. So if he chooses the far corner, then you're going to want to take one of Bosco. Then you're going to want to take one of these other corners, forcing him to block. And then you will want to take the far corner that you haven't filled yet, and he will be forced to block here or here, giving you the win. Killing me, man. The last scenario that your opponent has is to go in the middle. This will result in either a tie or a win. Now, if your opponent does take the middle, you are going to want to take the diagonal corner from where you are now. Your opponent will now have the decision between a side location or a corner location. If he takes the corner, you will block him. That one doesn't fit very well. He will be forced to block here or here, giving you the win. Ba-bing! Now if your opponent takes a side, this will result in a tie. You will be forced to block him up here. He will be forced to block you in the top right corner. And you will be forced to block him in the bottom left corner. He will then be forced to block you on the left side. And finishing up the game, you will block him on the right side. Now, the other option for you starting first is to take the middle. This will result in wins and ties as well. Your opponent is left with two choices, a side or a corner. If he takes the corner, this will result in a tie. You have two options. You can either take a corner yourself or take a side. If you take a side, your opponent will take the block. You will then choose another position, which will end in another block. You will go either here, forcing him to block up here. You block here. He blocks here. And finish the game off with a tie. Or you can take a side. He will be forced to block here. You will be forced to block here. He will be forced to block here. And you will finish the game off with another tie. Now, if you start in the middle and he chooses a side, this will result in a win. In order to win, you will just simply take any corner. If you choose this corner, he will be forced to block here. You will be forced to block here. And then he will have to choose between blocking here or here, and you will take the win. The other option is to take an upper corner. If you take the upper corner, he will be forced to block lower corner. You can then place on the side between your two, and he will have to choose between blocking here or here, giving you the win. Most videos that I've seen on YouTube only give you the corner solution to winning. I give you the center option as well to kind of mix it up, because if you go in the corner every time, they know how to tie the game, and you want to be able to throw them off. So do one and then the next and then the other and the next. Now, if you are presented with your opponent going first, then you will simply want to do everything that we just did backwards in order to form a tie. So there are two solutions for tying in each version of the game, if I take the corner or if I took the middle, and then I just want to find those solutions for whatever he decides to do and tie the game. If he does make a mistake, great, I'll win it. Or if he does take the side to begin with, then I can win it as well. Either here, and he will block. You will go either